Some others that dug deep or who didn't on Sunday. We're going to do some word association here coming out of Week 9. Let's start with the Buccaneers. Tom Brady doing some Tom Brady things. He led the Bucs on the game-winning drive in the final minute. What's the first word or words that come to mind when you think of what Brady did on Sunday?
Clutch. I mean, or, as usual, but I guess clutch is what I think of. I also think, maybe is this something that could kind of, ignite the fire a little bit here for the the Bucs. I'm not totally giving up on the Bucs here. I don't know if I'm sitting here going, I think they can get to the Super Bowl, but I still think playoffs and being a pain in the butt, maybe winning a game that they shouldn't win in the playoffs, very capable of that. Defense is getting healthy. Offense, it's Strugglesville. But, if they could just stay in the game and stay in these one-score games, well, I like the chances of the Bucs to win the game late in the game because of that. It stinks watching them. They're not good on offense, and he's not very good anymore. It's average quarterback play. But damn, if you leave people open or stuff like that, he's going to hit it. And that's what he did, and he was tough, and I give him credit for that.
I'm going to stick to one word.
Yeah.
I think this is a word. I mean, we see it and hear it all the time. It's got a hyphen. Uh-oh. Because every other playoff contender in the NFC, especially the ones who already are penciling in their spots on the playoff tree, they see the Bucs get in, and they need to say, uh-oh. Because, and this is, I don't know if you and I had a chance to talk about it. I have a feeling it came up last week because it was one of my things that I brought up like whenever I could. When the Bucs were driving down 11, fourth quarter against the Ravens, they cut to a close-up. We did talk about this.
Yeah.
Of Tom Brady, and I thought, that guy's still there. And he lives for these moments. He thrives in these moments. He gets to the playoffs, and it's career playoff game number 48. The first time he walks out onto a field for the wild card round. They win the division, and they're the 4 seed. Hey, I said this yesterday when Miles Simmons and I were doing the show. Tom Brady versus Kirk Cousins. Who you taking? Who you taking?
I hear
taking
you.
Kirk Cousins if it's Tom Brady. So watch out, rest of the NFC. If they get in, and they get a test of it this weekend, Chris, because it's Super Bowl atmosphere in Germany. The Seattle Seahawks, they're gonna get a taste of Tom Brady.
Well,
Mike,
I hear what you're saying. I mean, they're a team that believes in themselves. I mean, they think they're still good. They got some big bad mofos on the defensive side of the ball still when they're healthy, so they can be that way. It's still Mike Evans and still 2 good tackles and Chris Godwin and Brady like you talked about. So I hear you there. And then I think you add into the conversation of that team, that organization is going to know it's Tom Brady's last playoffs and it's over after this. Yeah, they would be scary. I wouldn't want to see or have to play them early on in the playoffs either.
Hey, he's like the runner toward the end of the race who finds his stride and kicks it in. He's got 8 games left this season and then the postseason, and he's going to shift this thing into overdrive. I mean, look, by all appearances, the off-field stuff is subsided now. It's over. It finalized 11 days ago.
Right.
This can all get rolling in a very positive direction for the Bucs and for Tom Brady. All right, Aaron Rodgers, 3 interceptions for the first time since 2017, 2 of them in the end zone. What's your first word or words that come to mind when you look at what Rodgers did on Sunday?
Like, disappointing? I should have thought about this a little more in depth because I want a stronger word than that, but I'll give stronger words here to explain my disappointment. All right? I mean, one, it's everything we talk about with the issues of their team. Oh, or, again, we got to jam a ball in there, into the tightest window for a 2-yard gain. That's a horrible throw, okay? I mean, Bakhtiari was going to have to jump back to catch that ball, even if he could have done that. This was horrible. This went right into everything we talked about. I wish we could show that play in the All-22. He was open for 3 seconds before that. It was late and behind. I mean, it's just it's what we've seen. It just all came back to roost and got thrown on Rodgers now. He can't blame a receiver or what are we doing or we're too complicated. No, it was you, man. It's you. You won't stand in the pocket and make throws down the field. You're looking at the rush, and it's bad body language, and it's just like the Packers are done, in my opinion. That was it, the nail in the coffin. I always thought out of the teams between them and the Bucs were the team that can hang in here through this tough time. Yet last week solidified that for me. The Packers are not going to the playoffs. I feel pretty good about that. If they do, they barely get in and they'll be done. But that was ugly and just disappointing.
The first quarterback song that you ever trotted out on this program.
That's right.
Was your
Aaron Rodgers.
So my word association is Aaron Rodgers. Because, man, it really is falling apart. He's never going to come out and admit that he made a mistake. They asked him if he regrets not retiring. I mean, he's not going to say, yes, I do. He's not. We're not wired to admit our innermost thoughts and fears and feelings publicly. That's why they stay there. But I think deep down, you get him on a little ayahuasca right now, and he's going to say, what the hell was I doing? And there was a moment in the press conference after the game on Sunday, Chris, where he was asked this question. Where is it? I want to get it right here. Oh, here it is. Wait, scroll up a little bit. The question was this. You've been pretty optimistic these last couple of weeks, saying all it takes is one. It sounds like there's a little bit of that left, but how do you, I'm not trying to be disrespectful in saying this, how do you believe that you guys can still turn it around after you guys just lost to that team? That was after the 15-9 defeat in Detroit. He paused. I timed it. He paused for 13 seconds. He looked down. 13 seconds. Think about that. 13 seconds of silence as he gathered his thoughts for what he was going to say next. And he said, I've been counted out many times in my life, as have many of my teammates. I hope we just dig deep and find a way. We will truly be underdogs for many games moving forward. Hopefully we can embrace that. We have 2 games at home. We got to win those 2 games in a week, and then things may look a little different. Look, I said this yesterday. Don't play the everyone's counting us out card when you're being counted out for good reason. If you're being counted out for bad reason, then use that card. But you played poorly. People are pointing out you played poorly, and they're drawing the logical conclusions that come from noticing that you're playing poorly. It's not on us. I know they use anything they can to get themselves motivated. This feels like Hail Mary, last-ditch effort to start the lawnmower, right? Let's find, this is the Tom Brady. Everyone's counting us out. Well, they are counting you out, and you deserve to be counted out because you've lost 5 in a row, and you look horrible in the process. So, yes. And, Chris, I still think they could be dangerous if they get to the playoffs. And I said all along, they're better as a 6 seed than a 1 seed because there's less pressure on them.
They ain't going to get there, Mike.
If they could find a way, they get the Cowboys and the Titans Sunday and Thursday.
And then the Eagles.
About this team in 5 days.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They're going to be 3-9.
If they split the Cowboys and Titans game, if they win one of the 2, then the Eagles game becomes interesting. But if they go 1-2 over these next 3, I think they got a problem.
Yeah,
they already have a problem.
They got a problem. They do. Defense is good, but now you got no Rashawn Gary. I mean, he's the best defensive player on their team. And again, there's a defense that's good, but doesn't make a lot of plays either. So they don't pick sixes, strip sack fumbles. Oh, we gave the ball back to Rodgers at the 15-yard line. There's none of that. So that's kind of the disappointing thing about Green Bay. And then there's no playmaking on the offensive side of the ball either. Again, it's the conversation we've had a lot, Mike. Like it came home to roost yesterday. You can't go down the field 13 plays, 14 plays, and think it's all going to go smooth every time. You're going to make a mistake. They're going to make a play. And that was the issue once again. So we'll see where it goes. But, man, I don't see it. I don't see how they beat the Cowboys. I don't see how they beat the Titans. And I certainly don't see how they beat the Eagles after that. I do think they'll be sitting there at 3-9, and I think it's over for Green Bay.
I think the Cowboys coming off of a bye, too. 2 weeks to get ready.
Congratulations.
For that game. Justin Fields, he broke the record for most quarterback rushing yards in a regular season game, at least since 1940 with 178, beat Mike Vick by 5 yards. What's the word or phrase that comes to mind when you see what Fields did in a loss on Sunday to the Dolphins?
I mean, it's not a real word. Can we write woo? Like woo? Like W-O-O-O-O-O-O? Like, come on. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's become ever since the Monday Night Football game and them infusing some quarterback design runs. It's made him a better player. it's giving him some positive vibes to where, oh, wait, I missed this pass, but I just ran for 40. So it's okay. The pressure's not on there. There was too much of a, round peg into the square hole type of thing going on there where they were trying to make him Peyton Manning early in the year. And you're like, wait, the guy's a Greek god. I mean, we're seeing here that he is in the class of Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson and Randall Cunningham as the greatest runners in the history of football already. I mean, this is the Miami Dolphins. They got guys all over the field that run 4.3 and can fly, and he's running by them like it doesn't even look like he's going 100%. I mean, that's he's got a special skill set. And I really think it's made them a better team, and it's made him a better thrower and everything because it's given them some positive things and some stuff to build off of in that offense there.
I was going to say the future is bright. I'm going to say the future is now because they're not done. And there's going to be a scrum for that last spot. It really hurt that they didn't knock off the Dolphins. They got work to do.
Yeah.
But this is a team, they've torn down a lot. And they haven't begun building up yet. The Chase Claypool trade, I still believe, a move for 2023. But by next year, I think that division is going to be wide open, and I think the Bears can take it over with Fields.
I hear you.
This guy is on track to becoming a great, great quarterback. We'll take a break. More PFT Live coming at you right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.